Welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I, Enchantress, the Babbler, on our evolutionary, revolutionary rise of a high that is happening at this moment in time. Welcome. So what I recorded in the beginning of the video is channeled writing. That's kind of how it goes. Like, so I had started it before I had hit record, and then decided to hit record and finish it so that you can see, it's being open to receive anything that comes to mind, right? So look at it like that, and you can analyze it later and stuff like that, right? But it's just allowing your mind to simply let it bring to you that which it is bringing to you at this precise moment, and you kind of being like the stenographer of it all, and allowing your hand to just articulate that which is being conveyed in your mind at this moment. So that was what that was about. So because it starts like that. So I was writing like what I was already starting to receive in my mind, and then it just takes over, right? It's like it takes over. So usually if you do like channel writing and things like that too, then you know that you have so many different handwritings. See, like when I was young, as a little girl, I was freaking fascinated. What are you doing? My cats are funny. I was fascinated by all the handwritings that I had. I am a poetess, prophetess, right? Mystic, right? And so I've been writing since I can write. And I had the phenomena of when I was growing up to bear witness on my own to all the different handwritings, and mystified by some of the things that I would write and read back to myself, like, who wrote this? Like, I don't know. Like, so it has been instilled in me to dive deep into understanding the different layerings of handwriting that I have, right? And understanding it from this channeling perspective and what happens and stuff like that. So for those of you that are on the journey, that you do have channeled writing as part of your way, right? We can call it divine gifts, we can call it this, we can call it that. At the end of the day, it's where we are in our evolution and our preferences and where our soul pulls us. I'm a writer, right? I'm an expressionist, right? So you are too, especially if that's like what you're into and stuff. But before I forget, because I start babbling and stuff like that, I do want to give credit to where credit is due, because I saw a post on Magdalene's Craft, and I hope I'm saying it correctly, where she received a gift from one of her, I don't know if it was a subscriber or I don't know, it doesn't matter, right? She received a beautiful gift that was one of these, right? The sand, I don't know, sand timer. I don't know what it's called. And it reminded me that I too have one as well, right? That was gifted to me, that I think I've used this before on here, maybe once or twice. I don't know, that I have over 2,000, 3,000 videos, right? My journey is my own personal documentation too of my activating my mission digitally, right? Of being a sharing, and teaching or educating or share, however it comes out, expressing. I don't like labels. I feel like when you say one thing, people hold you to that, and it's like, I'm evolution, dude. Like, today I'm this and that, but we're all these things, everything that we resonate with, and everything we gravitate towards, and what that's our divinity, that's our naturalism, right? That's, I know I could be making up words too, but hey, nobody was supposed to put a cap on that, you know what I'm saying? But either way, I don't think Magdalene's crap. Hers is, I find hers to be so much more, I'm not comparing and contrasting, right? But hers is, I'm gonna end up buying one too, because it's really cute. Not the one that she has, but it inspired me to want, I started already looking. But this is the one that I have here, and it's not, you know, fancy but is cute. So I had wanted to use it to time my long ass videos when when I was self-conscious about my babbling, about being 1 to 3 hours, 4 hours long. I was punishing myself, you know, kicking my own self in the ass about the length of my videos and the attention span of most of this world, you know, and how, you know, I'm not highly likable, or like, it's like people have to like, everybody knows that if you come into one of these, you gotta sit down, you gotta listen. It's like, it's a lot to absorb, and, you know, and it's just a lot of whatever. But either way, but if you, when you do and how you do and whatever. So anyways, this was that, and someone was very thoughtful to have, you know, seen it, like, and just grabbed it, right, and stuff like that. So it was just like, it was ironic, because it was like, you could just use this, like, you know, and whatever. So to time me. But dude, if this goes out and I'm still babbling, I don't care if this goes out. I'm still babbling. You know what I'm saying? So either way, thank you so much for meeting me here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so thankful for the growth of my channel, for the support that I'm receiving, for the commentary, for the subscribers, for the returning subscribers, for the engagement, for the love, and for however this is affecting you, and in whichever way that it is helping you and stuff like that. Like, I'm not here to feed you exactly how it's supposed to be, the manna for you, but however it is for you, that's exciting. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we it's interesting, right? Because that's why we Viva. That's why it's important to get to know you, ourselves, right? And what we do, how we do, when we do, why we do what we do, and all these kind of things. Because the more that we can dive deeper and expand our surrender, right? It's time to this expanding our ability to surrender, to release control, right? So, and it was nice because in the hot yoga, right, the instructor, right, she brought up a thick, I don't know how to say his name. She said it perfectly. But whatever. Where it's such a beautiful, it's just it's a breathing meditation. And so maybe someone here needs to hear it. And so you can like don't crucify. I posted it too on my Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, the one and only Enchantress. That'll be me. Yeah, at the babbler at the end, and just watch one video and you'll understand why. Meet me in person, you'd be like, absolutely. You know, it's so funny because when I meet people, and let's say they met the Enchantress, the babbler first, and then they like meet me in person and stuff, and everyone would be like, yeah, you are. I understand the babbler. Anywho, yeah, so the quote, right, is the meditation, right? So just think about this, right? From an everyday perspective of grounding, you want to ground so that you can, and if you could, like, live symbolically, right? Sometimes we get so caught up in the tangible reality, like, oh, I don't have this, right? Some people could be like, I live in I don't live in the country, or I don't live where there's grass and dirt and stuff like that. That's fine. with that morning sun, right? Okay, it's a cloudy day. There ain't no sun where I live. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. You can find the solution or you can have an excuse, right? So that's how we can view everything from this point moving on forward, right? It's like, I have a solution, because with every problem there's a solution. Oh yes, but believe, right? The polarities, right? If you're gonna understand the universalities of the cosmos, right? And the universal law system of polarities, that where one exists, so does its opposite, right? And that kind of tangible reality kind of way, whether it's tangent or not, right? So if you understanding it from its polar view, then that means with every problem there is a solution immediately born for it too. Ah, great. But anyways, the quote is the quote is in, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment, thick nut hunt. He said it right now. I think it's like that. But just think about that. So together, right? A little dragon, right? In, out, deep. So when you think about deep, right? So you want to think about the baritone, right? Because that's how you want to travel into the layers of your infrastructure, right? It's the baritone. It's like going down into the deep, deep cellar of your being. And as you continue to go down into the deep cellar of your being, right? You're traveling down as deep down as you can baritone. I hope that makes sense, right? So it's the same thing with your breath. And if you ever wanted to assist yourself, right, in directional breathing, right, you can place your hand, right? You can cup both of your hands around your belly button, right? I do this with the kids. You can cup your hands around your belly button, like you can make a circle with your hands like this, right? Right, but cupping your belly button area, now that's deep, right? Granted, you're practicing and you can go deeper. You can breathe down to your toes, right? You can directional breathing all the way down, sip it all the way down. As you take every single sip of a breath, you travel each of those introverse layers that will keep you there. But right, when you're just beginning this and you're learning, right, because now you're taking conscious breaths, right? So a way to help yourself, to assist your traveling, right? You could even close your eyes, because best believe that when you start to pay attention to the conscious breath that you take, you're going to understand how it's happening, because you're paying attention now. And you're like, wow, because my hands are here, my breath is traveling down to that point of deep, right? So if your hands are cupped around your belly button, right? Now you're taking sips. If you want to take sips, right? You can take a sip at a time, a sip of a breath, keep going, right? Right? And if you don't want to take a sip of a breath and you want to just take one long, slow, right, inhale, and just with your mind's eye, right, as you close your eyes, with your mind's eye, imagine that traveling of that breath going down to the space of where your hands are cupped towards your, right, your sacral solar plexus area, right? So either way, right? So you breathe in, out, deep and slow though. So it's out. Right? Calm. So this is like bringing you back to this calm. I'm calm. Breathe in. And with ease, I breathe out. Right? And I smile. Breathe in. And I breathe out. Release. Smile in your release. Right? Present moment is a smile, is a gift, right? Wonderful moment. So either way, it was such a great freaking session. Anyways, I'm sharing because it's like after like my practices and all this kind of stuff, my body stays kundalini activated, heated for over an hour. Like I'm talking about, like I feel like a furnace. My face is like bloodshot red, like for over an hour. Like right now, my face is like still red. Like yeah. Anyway, there's absolutely no reason for being rushed along with the rush. Everybody should be free to go slow. I love that, Robert Frost. That's worth repeating. There is absolutely no reason for being rushed along with the rush. Everybody should be free to go slow. Robert Frost. The world is round and is it? We got the flat earth theories and we got the round world theories, and I just want to know how anything could be any kind of shape, period, if everything is just, what is this? But I don't know. But anyways, the world is round and the place which may seem like the end may also be the beginning, as always, right? For every end, there is a new beginning, right? So we are gonna tap in, turn on, tune in, dive in, get comfy, get comfortable, right? Because I do have this channeling messages that we're going to talk about, dive in about. We're going to do our crystal learning activations, right? So I have a crystal for us to learn about today. We're going to learn about an herb of the day for today, for this video and stuff like that too. We're going to learn some spirit animal wisdom as well. We're going to talk about what is written here as well. We'll dive in. We're going to pull angel numbers. We'll pull astrology stuff, things too. We'll do the ABC oracle as well. So it's gonna be a long one, and I ain't time stamping nothing because I want everybody to eat the manna whole, because it's good for your mind, body, heart, and soul. So thank you for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. Mercury has turned its stations direct in Taurus, right, as of May 14th, right? That was my grandma's birthday, along with Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy birthday, Grandma, because she my grandma has my YouTube channel as one of her favorites on her iPad. So my grandmother calls I've spoken about this before, my YouTube program, like if it's a TV show. So she just finds it amusing. I don't think she always understands, and sometimes she needs to turn her she got a hearing aid now, and sometimes she just refuses to wear it. So we always having to repeat, like, grandma, did you turn your volume up? So it makes her, she says it too. She says it makes her feel closer to her and stuff like that. So yes, this is the same grandma, guys, that I have spoken about and telling you my history with this woman that has been, wow. Like if you would have known, and she's a Taurus. She is a Taurus, and she's double Taurus in both Vedic and Western astrology. So there's like no, wait, I want to make sure before I say that. Anyways, we'll check that later. That's not important. I don't want to lose sight of this stuff. We'll see. But I believe, or when I did her chart and stuff like that, when I did stuff, she just has a lot of Taurus in her placement. Like, a lot. And mind you, when I was born, it's crazy, right? Because I'm the age range of when I was born, my grandmother became a grandmother. I'm the one that made her a grandmother. So she was young still, like vibrant. So I had a young grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? So like, but to me, it's crazy though when you think about the perception of stuff. Like for us, like when you're little and you're growing up, like your parents are always old, right? They're just old. Like they don't know that they're older. Like you don't realize, like even for me, and my parents used to lie to me about their age until I started knowing math. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's some discrepancies here. There's some that I remember when I questioned them, I was like, hold up, guys. This don't add up. The math does not add up because they didn't want me to know how young. Like, you know, my mom was pregnant with me at 15, had me at 16. Who wants to say it? I'm 16 years old. I'm your mom. I'm 16. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the world we live in, right? Like, you know, shame. Like, granted, you shouldn't be 16 having a kid. I'm gonna say that now because like, live. Get to know you first. I'm not that same 16-year-old. You know what I'm saying? That I am. Now I'm glad for growth and evolution. I don't want to be that 16-year-old mindset, naivety. Right? Lost. Right? So yeah, so good thing for evolution and stuff. So it's crazy because my grandpa's here with us, right? Because this card was in something, right? Because I have more than one, so they're kind of all over. But this particular one in something kept falling. I didn't see how it fell. I don't know if my cats were playing around. I don't know what happened, but it just kept falling. So I kept having to pick this up from the floor. I'm like, okay, grandpa. Okay, grandpa. Right. And it's also the anniversary of his 1-year anniversary of his death approaching. So yeah, so literally like, yeah, this month. So my grandpa's here. So y'all be nice. You heard? My mom is always here. So right. So not being rushed. What were we saying? We were saying a lot of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna do a lot of stuff. So get comfortable. Yeah, thank you. So thank you so much for meeting me here. And thank you so much for thank yourself for meeting me here. Thank yourself. Your future self is gonna thank you anyways too. But definitely we're gonna be here longer than this because this is already almost going. These will be good. This will be good for when I'm doing the fast ones. When I'm doing like either wham bam, thank you, ma'am, or when I'm doing wham bam, thank you, ma'am, or the quickie tarot. This is too long for the quickie tarot. So this may be good for the wham bam, thank you, ma'am, to keep me in alignment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So there's absolutely no reason for being rushed. Along with the rush, everybody should be free to go slow. And that kind of reminds me, like here, when I was writing Mercury station directs in Taurus, because this is what I was writing before I went into flow. I was like May 14th, right? And then 2 days later, after May 14th, Jupiter enters Taurus, right? And then 3 days later, the new moon is in Taurus, right? And so Taurus, and then I just started writing. This is when I like started writing some kind of stuff when I was thinking, right? So Taurus rules survival, right? Jupiter's first quarter part is squaring Pluto, right? So, and then it's also forming a T-square with Mars and Pluto, right? So you think about the shapes and stuff like T-square. So you got Jupiter right here, right? So you got Jupiter. Let's say this is Jupiter, right? Jupiter's the line, and maybe Pluto and Mars is forming like a T right here, right? Of some sort. I don't know, but like this could be Pluto, this could be Mars. So this is connecting. What does that mean? And then you got like this T square because it's gonna form a square, right? And it's already 1/4 in, right? it's 1/4 into Pluto, right? So one is Pluto, right? And one is Mars, right? One is Pluto, one is Mars. So it's 1/4 in that. And then Mars in itself, right? So you got a lot of a lot of unknown, right? Because Pluto is so mysterious, right? Pluto is rebirth, transformation, transmutation, resurrection. So, right? And then Mars is just a lot of that, like that fire. It's a lot of that action. It's a lot of that yang. What we gonna do about this type of energy? Responsive, reactive, right? Impulsive too, right? So the energy is volatile. I wrote it down. The energy is volatile, right? Diamonds formed under pressure. So here you might be having this T, right? This T pressure, right? This forging, this pressure. It's just like, right? Because it's creating also, like, if you think about it too, like your Merkaba, right? Because you got your Merkaba. Right? I don't know if you can see that. Just trying to make it darker. You got your Merkaba, right? This is your wheel, your cosmic wheel that you're traveling in. This is you here, right? So you could be, right? So now this is you traveling through, and you got this going on in the atmosphere. So you got this going straight through you too, right? It's affecting, right? So it's like flying a kite, learning to navigate the system with this T. I don't know if you see that. Anyways, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, after much time. So where were we? We were drawing stuff, right? I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I was getting into the flow, and that's what happens. But we're in workflow, so that's when I allow it, you know, when I'm recording and I'm still working and stuff like that. So you're gonna have to pardon some of the interruptions. And plus, you know, we, especially when you, like, if you work from home and you do certain stuff like that, and you have children, you have animals and all this kind of stuff, you can have a work office too. But if you don't, like, and you're working on that too, like, you know what I mean? Either way, however you have it for yourself and however it flows and works for you, that's on you. You know what I mean? So everybody's different and everybody requires something different. And everybody, we should be making do with what we have, which is, oh my gosh, that actually reminds me of making better sense of what happens. All right, so making the best of what you got, shot from the heart. I think that's going to be the title of it. That was I remembered that. I remembered that because I thought it was good. I was like, because it reminded me of the song "Shot from the Heart." Whatever, but anyways, it might not be, I don't know the lyrics to that, but making the best of what you got, shot from the heart. But we'll get into that from the message and stuff like that. So we were just talking about the astrology of the Merkaba, right? And so this is your Merkaba, and this is that T square, right? This T square, that's hot energy. It's a strong current of energy passing through. It's like it's a current, like you're plugged in, whether you want to be plugged in or not, right? And so, and then we're entering, and then so much Taurus dominant energy, right? Which is that bull like power, right? Taurus energy is powerful, especially when they're standing in their power. We were talking about grounding before too. I don't want to lose sight to that either. Let's say you don't have like dirt and stuff like that or whatever outside. Was that in this conversation? Or that's another conversation. But whatever the case may be, sunlight, going outside for that early morning sun. Did I say this already? Oh my goodness. Maybe you'll be experiencing some deja vu, like deja vu kind of feeling. Okay. I like to clear the air with stuff. I don't like to assume that each of us all know what each of us mean when we speak, because I've learned that no matter sometimes how clear you may think you sound or speak or articulate, people hear what they're ready to hear, or where they are in their levelings of intelligence of how they interpret something in their evolution. And so I've learned that I've thought, even when I've been my most clearest, I'm like, wow, I thought that as clear as day, like, you know what I mean? And you can understand it, but you're not being problematic or anything, but it's just your leveling of awareness, and also your own leveling of healthy cooperation with being mindful about everything that's going on around you, and being real with yourself, like whether that person wants to see it as that or not. Like, you're not here to convince anybody, but you're here to navigate and pilot your vessel in healthy, wealthy, stealthy ways. And I think that's important, right? So just understanding the energies, right? So diamonds being formed under pressure, right? So what are you pressured in? What's being pressured in your life? Like, this can be like, and then I wrote career advancement, higher education, learning, physical body, right? Challenging, right? So this T, so it's like forging is like, getting your body ripped or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? If you're into that kind of stuff. Me personally, I don't want my body ripped. I don't have anything against ripped bodies. They look nice, like, and stuff like that. But I have more like of like a fairy dancer, whimsical type, yogi kind of, just stretch, tai chi, qigong, martial arts, like flexible kind of like feminine type of like energy, like, I personally don't have any desire to be like all cut up and um like but I want to be healthy, stealthy, toned, and we all have body goals that we want and stuff like that, and things that we're each individually, I hope, working on, like, to better ourselves. Like, I have body goals and goals I want to reach, and ways of being that I want to live, especially, the older that we get, and the more that we want to be healthy for ourselves. We want to feel good. Like, I personally don't like to feel heavy. So I don't like that feeling, because of how whimsical my character is and the way that I live my life. I need to be able to dart up a tree. Even if I have a dress on, best believe I always have shorts on underneath. Okay, so even if you see me climbing a tree and I'm in some type of dress, please understand that I didn't know that I was going to climb up that tree in that outfit. And two, I am properly covered, even if I am wearing something that appears to be skimpier or something like that. You know what I mean? There's shorts underneath. You're not going to be able to look up anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if I'm climbing up a tree with heels and stuff like that, just, take the picture. That's right. Right, so you are, right, you're forming, so you're unknown, right? So you're unknown, like this Pluto, right? This rebirth, right, is unknown, but you're discovering. So it's like the discovering channel, unknown discovery channel, right? That's happening within you. You're this discovery channel, right? I like that, right? And you're taking action on it now, right? So we're going to talk about that, right? And we're going to talk about that. But what I was saying is I like us to understand things, right, together. So quickly, so that we can be on the same page. right? The definition of deja vu is a feeling of having already experienced this present situation. And you can feel like that too. I feel like that might be like, if you tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, if this is your first time here, I hope that you go and travel the alignment backwards into all the 2000 plus legacy videos that are here. Trust, if you're there's something here for you, especially if you find yourself here, like, you know. And granted, there might be very long videos and stuff like that, but like, as I said, you don't have to watch it all at once. You can watch it in parts and take it in step by step, right? Taking it in step by step, right? And that's taking it in. I like that. Taking it in step by step. Our discovery channel, your discovery channel, that what you're building, that what you're doing, right? So deja vu. So having already experienced this present situation, and these two could be cycles, right? So don't let that deja vu be a bad cycle that you just keep repeating and not identifying in yourself, you know what I mean? Because you want to break those chains, those bad habits, or those conditionings and stuff like that that don't serve your evolution and your growth, right? Don't let that be like, oh, that's just deja vu. No, that's just stupidity. Like, let's just, like, you know, be smart, right, with our actions and our choices that we are making using our discernment and applying it, right? We have to apply that which we learn, right? We were saying before, it's one thing to be knowledgeable. You can know a lot of shit, but what you do with that shit is what? Shot? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, so diamonds, right? So this is a time of like this pressure, just this pressure cooker, right? This forged under diamonds formed under pressure, right? This could be for your own career advancement, evolution, your purpose in this life, right? Receiving a higher education, learning something new, growing something more, doing a whole physical body um rebirth, right? And this too could be with how you eat, right? Your nutrition, your diet, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, the things that you're doing now for self-care, the things that you are intentionally doing to help yourself to feel better, to feel good. When you look good, you feel good. So intentionally going, and it's not about being superficial. It's not about like, I've battled that, right? Because you know, it could be backwards for a lot of different kind of people and all this kind of stuff, because of the hate that my mom had received when I was growing up, because she's beautiful, because she looks great and stuff like that. I grew such a detest for superficiality, because I'm like, we're more than this objectification. And then the moment I hit my puberty and I grow an ass and some curves and all this kind of stuff, to be sexualized and objectified and all this kind of stuff, like, no, I'm more than that. I'm more than this body. I'm more than just being something you think you're gonna smash and then what, dash out of here and stuff like that. So like, so my poise, and I guess, you know, this is a huge influence into my celibacy, abstinence type lifestyle. And like, example, it's not intentional. It's just where I have gone in my experience, where certain attitudes were forged in that pressure. It's uncomfortable to be gawked at. It's uncomfortable to have somebody to walk by, let's say a group of guys, because you have to walk by and they'd be like, damn, mommy, can I eat? This, that. That's uncomfortable. No, it doesn't feel good. And you gotta still walk under that pressure, because that's how diamonds are formed, right? So where are we going with that? So yeah, so when I'm saying, yeah, that's what I was saying. So what I'm saying about when you look good, you feel good. It's not about being objectifying yourself or being conceited or anything. No, it's because it carries its own weight. It carries its own energy, right? You could have a fucked up day, but you look great. You're like, you know what, but at least I look great. That could be the irony, that could be the sarcasm, that could be the humor, that could be the twist. And granted, you go self-care after this, but still, right? It's like, oh, I had a shitty day, but oh my gosh, my hair looks great. Oh my gosh, my pedicure. Right? When I sprained my ankle, I was so upset. I was more upset that I didn't have a pedicure, because that's one thing that I do self-care. Right? But I've just been busy and I just didn't have time. And then, you get forced to go get a pedicure now, because it's like, what, you want to look at this ugly sprained ass foot now that look like chunky monkeys and sausages, right? And this whole sprained stuff with some ugly, gawky, half-ass painted toenails and crooked nails and all this kind of stuff, right? And we could talk about it in superficial ways. But it's the truth, right? I'm just sharing with you, right? I was more upset that I didn't have a fucking pedicure, right? Because I know that my life path and what I do and all these things that I do, or the educational videos that I share, because of my talent, skill, expertise, especially in body care, massage, touch, right? Acupressure, all this stuff, that is my thing. So I know that I gotta do videos, showing, sharing, doing this kind of stuff, right? And so here I am being self-conscious about a damn fucking pedicure. Right? So the thing that right? So it's just right. So now imagine if I was keeping up to par with my self-care and I had my pedicure and then I had my sprained ankle. How many videos do you think I would have really made with that sprained ankle foot, instead of trying to be all, did you see that video that I posted that I'm like turning away? I'm like, don't look at my feet. What I'm saying, even though I sped up the video to make it faster and stuff like that, what I'm saying is, don't look at my feet. Don't look at my feet. And I'm turning my whole body away from the camera. So not look at my feet. Then you like, get out of my feet, because y'all be looking. People have foot fetishes too. You'd be surprised. People have foot fetishes for ugly feet too. So don't count your feet out. If you be like, oh, I know I got ugly feet, all feet is ugly if you want to look at it like that, right? They're weird looking, but they could be cute, right? But either way, right? So I'm telling you, the people I have gotten crazy. This is why, like, I can't answer or look at every single DM message and all this kind of stuff, because I get those kind of messages too, like, can, like, worship feet, like foot worship and all this kind of stuff. Like, yeah, people are into that kind of stuff. So you show your feet a little bit and they're like, oh my God, can I kiss them? Can I lick your toes? I'm like, what? Some people are into that. I'm not. know why? Unless you my lover, right? Like, you want to touch my feet, but I'm ticklish. You have to see me when I'm getting a spa pedicure, like that part when they're scraping. Because I dance a lot and because I'm on my feet a lot, I get a lot of that like dry callus skin on the bottom of my feet. So it doesn't matter. I can get a pedicure every week, and you're always gonna still scratch off like dead skin from my feet, because of how I'm always on to like my tiptoes and all this kind of stuff. So it's just always been like that. That was something I was self-conscious about too, right? Like, had that dry, hard, callous thing, but it's just my feet, like I'm on them, like, you know what I mean? So and I do a lot of stuff. So yeah. So what was the whole point of that? Talking about my feet now. Okay, but yeah. So right, about this care, this pressure, right? So some of you could suffer from depression, on and off depression. Oh my gosh, let me share. This is part two, like, where I've been, the more that I heal and the more that I go on my journey and stuff like that, the more that it becomes a benefit for other people too. I want you to look at it like that for yourself too. I'm sharing it from my perspective, for me, because what I can speak about is from my own experience, you know what I mean? So it's here to inspire you, motivate you to find that experience in you, because you too, you are that T trooper, right? That diamond being formed under pressure. And people be hating on you too, right? If you tapped and turned on, tuned into here, whether you got a female or male, and whether you realize it or not, the fact that you are here, I understand it from that perspective. Even when you come here on some other shit, you're an electromagnetic, powerful being that is felt upon, and you are the main character in your world. You are the main character of your world. as you should be. Who's going to be the lead character? You? It should be. And then if it's not, and you come up in here, then you understand why you came up in here, to remind you that you should be the fucking main character of your own life. As you should, like my daughter says, right? But anyways, what was I saying? So anyways, right. So, and then even too, like I keep reading this, the Taurus. Taurus rules survival. I wrote that down. I don't remember, but I'm saying it. Right? It rules, right? So, okay, yeah, going back to that superficial, right? So the whole point of that is when you look good, you feel good. And you gotta look your best. So now if you're looking good, feeling good, that means smelling good, tasting good, feeling good, vibing good. So in me learning and growing and understanding like my own, like, let's say weight fluctuations, right? Like being pregnant, like, and all this kind of stuff, I understand my best weight self. And then when I need to dissect, well, what am I doing in my best weight self, right? And then it becomes a lifestyle pattern. You understand? Like a certain lifestyle pattern and things like that that you're putting for yourself, right? You're building the best version of yourself by learning this, right? And it could be, and it is being formed under pressure because your conditioning is causing the resistance of whatever it is that you know you need to do, and it's hard for you to do or to be consistent with, and all this kind of stuff comes from that conditioning that keeps you away from the very thing that you know which is best for you. So the more intentional that you become, which is going to take fucking practice. We don't always want to, I'm telling you, me too. I like to lounge. I like to be comfortable. So then you find your style in that, right? All right, so if I want to lounge and I want to be comfortable, I want to look cute when I lounge around and I want to be comfortable. So you start learning your style or recognizing your style. And you're like, okay, I look cute in this. I could wear this around to lounge around. You could tidy up your hair, even if you're lounging around, right? You could shower, smell good. My hair smells good. Come next to me, behind my ears smells good. My neck smells good. My chest smells good. My body smells good. Except after yoga, hot yoga, or dancing. Well, no, dancing, depending on what type of dancing I'm doing. If I'm doing the dancing that's working up a sweat, like a hot yoga stuff, well, then that's something different. But still, even when you release, right? When we don't sweat, we Andromeda. You sparkle. Right? So sparkle. Right? We sparkle, right? So you can even have that as an affirmation too, right? I am sparkly. I am sparkling. I am sparkling. I am sparkling, right? Anyhow, so looking at the time now too. Right. So yeah, so think about that. Think about that. Right. And especially again, like I come from heavy melancholy depression. Since the start of my early life, I have fought off depression. But I've been conscious of it all of my life. I have sought many different kind of therapies and all this kind of stuff, and work on my energy, frequency, vibration, and my own divine path and calling and healing journey. So Mother's Day, right? Here's a good example. So there's so many dimensions and layers to healing. So this Mother's Day, I'm present. I am good. All is right in my world. There's no reason to be depressed, melancholy, right? I'm conscious and I'm aware of this. And then there was a trigger. And from that trigger, right? From that one trigger, I began the spiral of melancholic. So as I began the spiral of melancholic, I was everything was being divinely orchestrated. There's a whole symphony going around me. There's a whole, this is the divine intervention. This is, call it, some will say, oh, that's schizophrenia, or some might say that's, being delusional or having an overactive imagination. Call it whatever you want, but this was the process of this next leveling of evolution, of healing that was happening in my own physical body, mental body, emotional body, my whole body, because the multi-dimensions to healing must be made known to you, identified, right? And so there's so many different dimensions to that. And so now all is good in the hood, right? And all is well. I live to tell. This is honest as can be. There's no sugarcoating. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not secretly sad or secretly upset and all this kind of stuff and just pretending. No, I'm in a good space, good place. All's good. Everything's great. All is good in the hood, right? So now, during this moment of time, this quantum development, right, that's taking place, I'm very conscious of all the layering and the atmosphere and the inner promptings and the intuitive guidings and the conversations all taking place, and the acknowledge this is all simultaneously happening all at once. So it's like I'm just breaking it down into this from the symphony that was being played. This could have lasted for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, or whatever. The acknowledgement, the imprint of the epiphany of the episode of what creates quantum evolution in an instant. That's what I'm articulating at this particular moment, okay? So I hope that you're still following, for those that are still following, okay? So this symphony is going on, and the inner guidance and promptings is, you see, now you are recognizing the pattern. See, every Mother's Day since the death of my mother, right? She died 1 month before my 10th birthday. I'm over 40 now, right? So I have a lifelong pattern of more life lived without her and having such a stamp of trauma surrounding me about this day that became a pattern hidden deep in the subconscious, right? So this is what it's like, making that which is unconscious conscious from your subconscious, bringing it to the surface layer to be identified, to be looked at, not to be shaved, not to be dragged, not to be relived, but to be identified. So now this time, spring forward, Mother's Day again, because you had that healing episode of identification, transmutation, the transformation has begun, right? I live by that which you, once you see, you can't unsee. That's my testimony, right? So there's no unseeing that. And so progression is allowed. You open and expand, right? That's just Jupiter's expansion here. Insight, inner light, taking flight. And so another layering of healing being identified, because I got through the mental, I got through the emotional, right? Time healer of all wounds, right? You learn to live with that space of trauma. It doesn't go away, right? But you learn to balance the frequency that disrupted within your atmosphere, electromagnetic field, and that takes time. And for everybody, that's going to be different. And so in this moment of download, right? That's what we can call it, download. I always like to describe download like the equivalent if you're from the old school floppy disk era, or the memory card, like, or when you're putting in information into the computer and it just goes and all comes up from a little disk, right? That's a download. You're getting a disk of information and it's being inputted into your system that you are uploading and decoding at such a high rate and frequency of understanding that is open for your leveling of articulation, communication. How do you know that you understand something? Your ability to articulate the something in your own words, right? Your ability to be able to articulate something that you receive is your confirmation that you are already understanding that which you are receiving, right? If you can't explain something, then that means you don't know it well enough. And that's why we practice, that's why whatever. But either way, so we're taking it sip by sip, right? So sip by sip, every day you wake up, right? And so this depression, right? So for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, you might have some low energy frequency of vibration of melancholy, depression, sadness, overwhelming empathy, trauma, drama, rejection, obsession. Those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, you people become obsessed with your energy. And some so fucking toxic, we need to be careful. I've learned that the hard way. Some of us, all of us, we're lucky to be alive at this moment in time, to be the transformer of this lifetime, right? Transformers. Transformers of this world. Right? So everything is volatile because we have such a reactive energy, taking action and taking what immediately the unknown that comes up, and it has a connection, it has a clear line to its to do something, right? This Mars, Pluto, and this Jupiter, this T, right? This T square, right? Because Jupiter is forming the T square, and let's not forget about Jupiter, right? Jupiter, what does he do? What does Jupiter do? Jupiter, where did I write it? I wrote it over here too. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. Jupiter expands whatever it touches, whether it's good, bad, pretty, ugly. Jupiter expands whatever it touches, right? So a lot of the work too, right? This career advancement, higher education, learning, working our physical bodies. This could be connecting more with spirit, with God, with the universe, right? Detoxing our physical bodies, nurturing it, right? Learning more about what we can do to better ourselves that connects with us, right? So you could be taking different classes, learning different things and seeing what you like and don't like. That's the only way, right? Like to see what's for you and what's not for you, right? If you try, don't knock it till you try it, type of thing, right? Don't knock it till you try it, because you are the Discovery Channel. I took this class, I enjoyed it very much, but it's not really for me. All right. So, and you continue, you take another class that is of interest and like to you in some kind of way. You know what I mean? It's just learning and figuring out what is going to be for you and how it rocks out with you and how you feel about it, and letting it be something natural, right? Letting it be something natural. Like for me, it's natural to have an affinity towards martial arts, right? Because I grew up on it. I always enjoyed it. I used to be a martial artist enthusiast. I used to love watching so many different martial art movies, like Jean-Claude Van Damme and Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, like all these videos of these master martial artists, and for whatever reason and stuff like that. I don't know all these names but anymore, but I'm just saying, like I used to be obsessed with these movies, these actions, my jump kick, my being a ninja, all this kind of stuff. And so it's only natural. And then I growing up with Tai Chi, Qigong, and having to study Tai Chi, Qigong, and yoga for the path that I studied too, you know, occupational therapy, massage therapy, and all this kind of stuff. So it was a natural affinity. Like I love yoga. I naturally love yoga. I love dance. I love yoga. I love Tai Chi. I love Qigong. I love martial arts. I love kickboxing. I like to box, but I love kickboxing. You get what I'm saying? So like things, oh, I love tennis. And I didn't know that. And it's crazy because I grew up where I had access to tennis, but nobody ever, like nobody from my side played tennis or wanted or whatever. And I used to say, if only someone would play with me, I know I could be good at this. But like, you see what I'm saying? So like the things that we learn about ourselves and what we like and don't like I didn't, you know, I used to always say I didn't draw, I always doodle. But my drawing is like sketching and it's doodling and it's art. And like I love doing those kind of things, right? I make a lot of things. I'm handy, I'm crafty, like I make stuff, but you know, I make stuff, but I don't build stuff. I'm not a builder. Like, don't have me build something. I'm not that good at it. I'm left-handed in the right-handed society, so they give me right-handed instructions. And so for whatever reason, my left hand and my right hand just don't understand. And it's funny too, because even in yoga, so it's just funny, right? So, you know, I've been doing yoga for over 10 plus years, like consistently and stuff like that. Um, so it never surprises me with how much I realize yoga teaches me how much I don't listen, right? Because when you get into the yoga flow and you go, and I love taking different instructors and going and trying out different yoga flows with different types of styles of yoga too, and things like that. And you know, every instructor has their own flow. And so it's not it's like it's and if you keep on continuing to see the same instructor and stuff like that, and you take the same type of class, right? Then you can learn their flow, and then it'll be nice flow, or you can learn it even in the class, right? That same class is 60 minutes, right? Of this type of like yoga flow, you can get it, right? If you're into that kind of stuff. So, you know, and you're challenging, you're bringing your body into a state of focus and union, right? Because when you meet for your yoga practice, right? That's another, like a deeper layer of understanding what it does for me mentally, right? Is that I'm bringing myself into union right now, mind, body, heart, and soul. I'm meeting for this particular practice for 60 minutes. Here I go. I am, I am, I am unified. right? So it's this union that you're creating with your energy and stuff like that. So what was the whole point of all of that? Where was I going with that? Oh, what was I gonna say? Wait, I lost my flow of what I was saying because I started looking at my hands on the thing and I'm like, oh my goodness, I just don't stop moving. And then I started thinking and I lost track of what it was that I was in the flow of saying, and now I'm just like, doo, 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 doo. What were we saying? Oh. Oh, about not listening. You see what I mean? Okay, yeah. So I like switching it up, right? Because it re-challenges, right? You can have a favorite teacher. You can have a I'm a yoga teacher, but I love working with kids and stuff like that. And yeah, I do, whatever stuff. But I honestly like the spirit for me is with children. And I rather enjoy my own like practice by going to another, like somebody else's class, or finding somebody that I click with in that, and like I feel like I enjoy that. It's something that I enjoy, and it's my exercise. It's me coming to union, not me just teaching it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I also enjoy. I don't want to just teach yoga. I want to enjoy yoga too. I hope that makes sense. And maybe you're a yoga instructor as I am, that you understand what I'm talking about. As much as you may teach it, you also want to enjoy it. It's your practice, it's your thing. And you don't always have to go to somebody else's class either. But you have the practice on your own in your home and stuff like that too. Because I do that as well. I mix dance stretch yoga all together. That's my own flow-gasmic of how I do my thing. And it's I don't want to teach that. I don't want to teach how I at home do my stuff. Like, it's wild. Like, I do whatever I feel. It's no, whatever. It's a mix of stretch, dance, yoga. But anyways, and stuff like that. And then but what I like about going to a class and stuff like that is because it forces you to listen. I want to, yes, granted, and especially in this also is like learning the language that you speak, learning your love language. It's also learning your learning language. Here we go. What is your learning language? Style of learning. Right, and this is the problem with like schools and our system, our education system. It has one way style of learning to a whole bunch of individuals that learned, like, what's your style of learning? Like for me, I'm very visual too. Like but I'm also very hands-on. So I like to it too. Like, like, and things like that. But if I watch you and I try it or something, like it's funny because this is why I say I can't do choreography, right? As much as I love to dance. And I'm not meant to like how like those professional dancers that they all do this choreography set and they like, I don't know, like I dance to the drum of my own. I can't even talk. Drum to the beat of my own, like I move to the beat of my own drum. So like whatever, like so it's just finding you in all of it too, and 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 learning what your language is, right? So anyway, so learning how is your self learning. So and this is what yoga has taught me about my style of learning is I don't listen well. I drift off easily. It's like squirrel. I get distracted. So with yoga, you can't, right? Because you're committed for that time. to do this flow sequence that this instructor is giving you, flowing, guiding you through. It's like a guided meditation, right? So whenever I close my eyes, right, and just listen to the instruction and move my body to the instruction, I always find myself having to look, no matter, and I'm telling you, I've been doing yoga for so long. But it never fails. So it is just so funny too, because I'm like, oh my God, I don't listen well. Like, and when they be like, oh, left hand on top of right arm, and then switch and go through, and then walk your hands to the left to it. And I'm still like looking around the room, like just to make sure that I'm doing it right, because I don't listen well. So I find that maybe you're working on your listening, and maybe you're clairaudient too, because I listen well to otherworldly things. This is why I'm so easily distracted. I'm more otherworldly than earthbound, right? I'm like an elemental, right? So you might be elementally too, right? You might be like, maybe like a Pisces, like you might have Pisces water in your chart, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You'll have fire in your chart too, right? Aries, Leo, Sag. You can, where it keeps you whimsical, keeps you like in many different dimensions at once, right? Like and yeah, all over the place, right? It could be air, it doesn't matter. We have all the elements existing within us. But right, so let's move forward, right? So you could be working on taking it step by step, detoxing, studying, to be studying, learning something, pushing yourself, right? This pressure, you're studying, you're learning, you're having to act, you're having to, so like you could be studying and then taking tests. You could be in school, right? Getting a degree, getting a certificate, learning something new, or even self-taught, right? Autodidactic. That, right? Like you're self-taught. I'm self-taught on a lot of shit. Yeah, I go to school. Yeah, I get certain certifications. Yeah, I do certain kind of things. But at the end of the day, all that other stuff that interplay, it's all self-taught, right? Right? Seeking. And yeah, you can go seek other mentors. You can go to other lectures and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, too, your interest and the time that you spend and how you consume that time that you spend is important. Right? I'm a forever student. I love to learn, and it's a passion of mine. Of all the things that I've ever done in my life, and I have stopped, I have taken breaks on certain kind of things. I've never taken a break on learning. Even when I'm not in school, I'm always learning something. I'm always reading something. I'm always divining something. And that doesn't go away. And so for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in here, you're a passionate person. Your passion doesn't go away. Nobody could take that from you. That's a divine gift. Your passion. You're a passionate person, right? If you're here tapped in, turned on, tuned in, sometimes people probably tell you to calm down, baby, calm down. Calm down. Right? I don't know how to calm down. I'm passionate. Why are you telling me to calm down? Rise up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Right? So 369, right? We're gonna talk about that too. So yeah, so and then this time too, this Taurus, right? This triple-fied Taurus, right? Creative on being resourceful. So you're working on your creativity, on being resourceful. This self-sufficiency, monetizing your skills, your expertise, because you have to, like, if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if well, you're gonna work for somebody else forever and sit on all your skills and sit on all your expertise just because there's a guaranteed paycheck through somebody else's company? Or are you going to be your own representation, be your own expert, be your own company, be your own reservoir of monetization, right? Your own reservoir of self-sufficiency. Granted, it takes working with others too, because where else are you getting your money from? Customers, clients, whatever. And then also this opportunity, where you're getting it from a world of people that you have to find this opportunity within, right? So what value do you provide to the world that you will bank on? That's worth repeating. What value do you provide to the world that you will bank on? Did you hear the writing of the way the sentence structure is formed here? What value do you provide to the world that you will bank on? Right? So highlighting your skills, your talents, right? Brilliant business ideas, home redecorations, right? Stop allowing your brilliant ideas to collect dust as if on bookshelves. That's worth repeating. Stop allowing your brilliant ideas to collect dust as if on bookshelves. These ideas come to you for these ideas come to you for creativities and a reason. I'm sorry, you saw how I was writing. So I'm reading it in real time with you right now. So I didn't read this back, like, so forgive them. These ideas come to you for these creativities, they come to you for a reason, all right? So no more treason. Okay, you are divine, so are your ideas, right? So making the best of what you got, shot from the heart. Shot from the heart. Right? So put respect on your gifts. Act your role, part, position. Put some respect on your name, on your gifts. Put some respect. Oh, that's gonna probably be the title. Put some respect. That's not a pen. That was a different kind of pen. This might be the title. Put some respect on your divine gifts, yo. Put some respect on your gifts. Act your role, play your part, and position. Know your role, right? But you got to know your role. In order to act your role, you have to know your role. So that's the part of the discovery channel, right? So you got to know your role. Your role, to act your role. To act your role. These divine gifts of yours have spirit of their own. Okay? So, and the exampling that I'm getting from this, the divine gifts of yours have spirit of their own. So this is for my artists out there. However, you're an artist, whether you're a writer, singer, musician, like, you know, I'm not gonna say what the art is, whether you're a painter, like, you know, like, I'm just giving ideas so that you can get the idea. So for those of you that are that, right, it's being it's the innate talent, it's the innate quality. Like when I write, I don't need to think, I just write, right? When I write, I don't need to think, I just write. It just flows. When I dance, I don't need to think about how I'm going to move, I just move. When I do yoga, I don't think about how I'm going to yoga, I just yoga. When I doodle, I don't think about how I doodle, I just doodle. When I learned to play the piano, I had to think about how to play the piano. And I had to learn how to play the piano. It didn't just come naturally for me. I'm just trying to give a distinguishing difference. When I started driving, I had to learn how to drive. I had to think about driving. Now, I don't think about my driving, I just drive. Do you understand that? But that was learned too. So you see that driving is a good example of Ebony. Olivia. So driving is an excellent example of learned behavior turned into flow. And that should motivate you. Driving is an excellent example of learned behavior turned, evolved into flow. right? So that should be motivation to show you that the more that you give practice to something, even if it's foreign to you, even if it's not natural, the better you will get at it, and it will become a flow. It will become a lifestyle, right? Thank you. It would become a lifestyle, right? I didn't know that my dad's obsession with martial arts, and then my obsession with that, and then being raised like that, was creating a lifestyle for me. So as I continue to grow in my own development and life, even though I was doing other things, certain things I naturally gravitated towards. And so I naturally did, right? And that's just part of this lifestyle evolution that you're also having here for the 3D, right? So, and these things are expanding. So it's just bringing cognitive awareness, your consciousness, to the forefront here, with understanding what is flow for you, right? And what you're trying to grow for you, right? And understanding what part of these divine gifts and place and stuff like that of yours have spirit of their own. So like, so dancing has a spirit of its own, right? I'm not thinking about it, it's just dancing. It's a spirit of its own. When I'm stretching, that has a spirit of its own, right? Um, right. And then it's crazy. Okay, so that's a good example too. Thank you. So like when I'm recording some of my like get loose with me kind of videos, the beginning part of the video, for let's say the first 15 seconds, I'm thinking about what I'm doing because I'm recording to share, right? But then when I surrender to that moment where it's just like I stop thinking about it and I just now start loosening up myself and just know that I'm recording, but now I'm just flowing, it's like growing into a flow. So it's growing into your own art, creating your own flowgasmic kind of state, right? Listening deep because Pluto speaks, right? Right, as Jupiter expands whatever it touches, right? So you're creating these divine gifts of yours, have a spirit of their own, right? So it's identifying them and seeing them and allowing their continued flow, right? Because art creates your flowgasmic state. So you're listening deep because Pluto speaks. This is what I was writing on camera, right? As Jupiter expands whatever it touches, good, bad, pretty, ugly, it does not matter. Make better sense of what matters for you, right? So healing relationships with your ideas of money, abundance, prosperity, wealth, cash flow, right? Your lifestyle, cash flow. So it's making better, it's having a better relationship of understanding with where you are healing your relationship with your finances, right? And your ability to feel abundant and prosperous in whatever state of conditioning you are now in, right? Knowing that, yes, you are growing more, you're evolutionizing more, but in this current now state, feeling prosperous, feeling abundant, like really energetically feeling these types of things, right? So like so it's bringing into these kind of states of awareness. So like what I was saying before with the depression, right? And identifying in this moment, right, of of where, right, I'm going back to when I was talking about on Mother's Day being triggered, right, and learning the different multidimensional layers that exist in healing, right, and understanding this moment for what it is, also another transformative moment, being plucked out from my well that lives to tell me something, right? And so because I am that explorer and having and open to my own discovery channel, right? Of course, I'm going to receive inner sight and wisdom in divine align of timing, right? And so at this moment of great revolution, right? I'm being met with the behavioral pattern that has been imprinted into my being, that's what they say we carry on our bodies. This is why it's important to get massage, to stretch, to self-care our bodies and stuff like that, because in our bodies we trap trauma, we trap emotions, we trap memories in our fascia, in our skin, in our cellular memories. So to get a massage as often as you can. I know that things could be costly, and people are on budgets and stuff like that, but you can create a self-care piggy bank that every time you make money and stuff like that, you can throw a certain percentage of your money, you tithe yourself. This is my self-care growing bank, right? And so that when the time comes, you can go into your self-care growing bank, right? Your self-care growing bank, right? You can go in there and you can say, you know what? I'm going to get a massage this week. How much is the massage? And then you go into your self-care growing bank and you're like, oh, it's $60. I got $60 for this massage. Oh, that feels great. Right? Like, because you're helping and you're promoting the release of attachment. And this is making what's intangible tangible. That's what I was also talking about after, like, when I finish yoga and stuff like that, like when I practice, when I go to a practice and I have my practice and I meet with this, I unify with myself, mind, body, heart, and soul, and I have this powerful powwow with other souls having a powerful powwow in their own journey, right? Alongside one another. And we're all channeling this power vinyasa kind of flow, right? If it's vinyasa, I'm just saying vinyasa, but it doesn't have to be vinyasa because I don't just take vinyasa. But so you get what I mean? So it's like, and then after yoga, how I was saying, like I stay, like my body is still hot. Like I practice this daily, and I like to go to early. It's still really early right now, right? I like to go to early classes because especially when I'm not teaching it early or whatever, where I'll go after and stuff like that, depending and stuff like that. But I stay like I feel like an inferno, right? I'm worked up. I'm hot to touch, right? So you're hot to touch. I like that. You're hot to touch. You're hot to touch. So make no excuses, right? There's solution in everything, right? So you're healing your relationship with the idea. So, and now when you're healing this relationship with your money, right, and your prosperity and your growing abundance, right, you have the self-care growing bank, right? And you keep putting into it, you keep tithing, you keep putting it in, even if it's $1, even if it's $2, even if it's $10, even if it's $5, even if it's $20, right? $50 this day. Oh wow, somebody sent me a cash app for this. Oh wow, somebody gifted me this. Let me put that in there. Let me put that in there. That shit adds up. And then when you're thinking about your finances and your abundance, you think about your self-care growing bank, and you just keep smiling, right? It's like that quote, right? That we were saying. That quote, the breathing meditation. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment, right? So that was such a beautiful message from Kristen in yoga. It was nice. It was so centering. It was a reminder of a lot of things, right? That's why it's good to find what you enjoy. Like my daughter and I enjoy doing activities, different kind of activities together too. And so, sometimes she picks one, I pick one, she picks one, I pick one, she picks one, I pick one, and we go explore it together, you know, and it's fun. So you can find that, like, who better if you have children that are old enough and stuff like that. I'm grateful for the time that I have with my daughter at this time, that we get to enjoy each other's company and doing stuff that each of us likes to do, and we get to enjoy it and do it together. So, you know, who better than to, you know, I'm not crying over friendships. Like, I got my kids that I can enjoy my time with. And like, are you kidding me? Like, who better than not to enjoy this world with than your children? You know what I'm saying? If you have that, if you have children and stuff like that. But also too, if you, I used to go for years to yoga class by myself, and then I would occasionally invite people that I thought would enjoy it too. I'm like, you want to come with me to yoga class? My treat. You want to come with me to yoga class? My treat. You want to come with me? And everybody that I would invite love yoga. So you know what I'm saying? So either way, I'm just saying I have to start wrapping this up too. Because we just going in on this, and I didn't even do the crystal, I didn't even do any of that. But the card fell, so just give me a second. Says you must love and care for yourself, because that's when the best comes out. Tina Turner, who's also a Sagittarius in Western astrology, right? So it's so important, I think, to know your Vedic and your Western, right? Because you can unify that. I love how that concept is growing in the spiritual community now. People are starting to catch wind to look at their Vedic along with their Western. It's wonderful to see the growth in that, because before, like, even when I used to talk about it and stuff like that, people used to be like, you can't, it's either you want Vedic or you want Western. And I'm like, I played Switzerland, I'm like, both of them are valuable to me, so you're not going to make me choose. It's like the religion war, like you have that in astrology too. Like when I was talking about this, people were like, oh, like that's wrong, like I'm being told, looking at it from those kind of ways. Now you see this is trending. Now people are talking about it. I love that, because that just goes to show how things ripple effect into the universe, right? People catch wind, and then they grow an interest in what you have to say, and they're like, all right, let me go check that out for myself. And then they go and they start sharing the wisdom too. That's good. That's good. That's how we do. That's how we grow. That's how we evolve, right? We help one another to evolve, right? We inspire one another to evolve. Not a competition. It's inspiration. It's motivation. It's education. It's applying these practices in real life scenarios, and sharing the wisdom that you accrue with that which you do, if that's part of what you want to do in your life. Not everybody wants to be a spokesperson, a leader, and all this kind of stuff of sorts and stuff. Everybody has different positions they want to play, right? So either way, I think it's wonderful that everybody's growing up and evolving. Right? So what else do we have here? It's when you are really living in the present that you are living spiritually. I love that, right? And when you dance, your purpose is not to get to a certain place on the floor. It's to enjoy with each step along the way, right? And we're going back. There is absolutely no reason for being rushed along with the rush. Everybody should be free to go slow. Strength is a matter of a made-up mind, right? Oh, I love that. Strength is a matter of a made-up mind. You must love and care for yourself, because that's when the best comes out, right? Speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. I love that one. That's one of my favorites, right? Speak the truth, even if your voice shakes, right? Think with your whole body. What we're talking about, this mindfulness with our mind, body, heart, and soul practices, being infused, bold, right? I love that, right? So nobody has a better vision of who you are than yourself, right? Legendary Cheryl Crow. So here we go. Life is too short not to make the best and the most of everything that comes your way every day, right? Those who devote their lives to a cause greater than themselves always find a larger, fuller life than the one they remembered. I love that. I love that. I love that. We're keeping it positive, keeping it strong, right? Let the winds of enthusiasm sweep through you live today with gusto. Dale Carnegie. It is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Right? The sands of our time came out a long time ago. Let's try this again. We're gonna be here a little while longer, okay? That's funny. All right, 2 more of these, and then we're gonna progress along. Don't be afraid to be amazing, period, right? Always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. I love that. Have confidence that if you have done a little thing well, you can do a bigger thing well too. I love that. It may be unfair, but what happens in a few days, sometimes even a single day, can change the course of a whole lifetime. I love that. Right. 2, 3, 4. Something more. I have this. This is just like a love life. It says you can be creative only if you love life enough that you want to enhance its beauty. Also, right? Your present circumstances don't determine where you can go. They merely determine where you start. So these are just it's a window of like positivity that you can switch up. So that's what I used to deliver these positive, awesome, quantum, evolutionary quotes. Listen to your life. All moments are key moments. Right? Shavasana, that's Shavasana, that moment when you meet yourself on the mat to further unify the exercise, the practice that you showed up for, that you were unified and present for, allowing for all of the sacred juices to infuse within you so that you can continue to sip, right? So listen to your life. All moments are key moments. Light tomorrow with today. I love that. Okay. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. If you are here and you have yet to like this video, I hope that you would be so kind as to grace this station with your beautiful like, because if not now, then when? If not you, then who, you know? So let us see who is here. Let us see who is here. An Astro. You could be a life path number 1. Your birthday could be December 2nd, December 1st. You could be an earth sign. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be a life path number 2. You could be 21 years old, 22 years old. You could be a Taurus. You could be a Pisces. You could be a Gemini. You can be a Leo. You could be a Sagittarius. You could be a Capricorn. You could be a life path number 6. You could be born in 1966. You could have been born in 1991. You could be 30 years old. You could have been born in 1990. You could be life path number 9. You could be 21, I said, 29, 24. You could be 59. You could be 65. You could be 54. You could be 51 years old. You could have been born. I was going to say you could have been born February 30th, but what I meant to say is you could have been born at 2:30 a.m. or p.m. I don't know if that was what I was hearing. February 30th, that's funny. Okay, you could be 20. Okay, you could be 26. You could be 27. You could be life path number 8. You could be a Capricorn. You have Capricorn in your chart. Remember when I say these kind of things, we're more than one sign. You could be life path number 3. You could be 39, you could be 49, you could be 41, you could be 42, you could be 22, be 62, could be 23, 26, right? Be life path 1, you could be born in 1971, you could be 1972, 1986, 1987, 1981, 1980, 1968, 1961, 28 years old, 1982, 1993, 1998. You could have been, this could be significant. You'd be 54, you could be 45 years old. You could have been born in 1989, 1995, 1959, 1995. I said, right? Okay. We did some of those. Thank you so much. We're going to do a little bit of the ABC oracle. Give me life path number 2. You'd be 32 years old. So we'll use these for ABC oracle right now. For ABC oracle, messages can come out, words can come out, names can come out, anything that wants to show itself or reveal itself is going to come out. I'm going to interpret them. I'm going to share it. It can mean something, you cannot take with that which it will mean for you. And if it doesn't, don't make what doesn't fit, you know, that type of thing. You can have a name that starts with a Y, D, right? C. Your name can start with a C, an F, right? Hear the name Frank, right? Your name can start with a K, first or last name, middle name could be K, D, right? Daniel, right? Dennis, Danny, Danielle, B. Your name can start with a B, Ben. Could be getting a new bed, right? Someone could be going to Mexico, lives in Mexico. Yosemite. Your name could start with a J. First or last name, right? LEX. Somebody could be driving that too. Lex. Have that. Somebody could be making a CD of some kind. Dunking, basketball makes me think. Somebody could be in a funk, right? Somebody could be having a boy, right? Somebody, because I'm seeing like dice and cut, like be a cook, or into the culinary arts of some kind. And then for others, it could be like surgery. 2 could be from Texas, right? Right? We traveling to Europe or live in Europe, whatever. Kentucky Derby. That's what I just hear after that. Sunshine. Somebody think you're getting a sunshine, suntan, sunburn, right? Dust. Somebody needs to like clear the dust or clean up or whatever. It could be dusty where you are. Somebody could be going to the beach. Something with a viper. I don't know what that, if that's a car or if that's an animal. Somebody could be watching TV. DWI. Careful. Right? Something in June. Joy in June. Sun, like could be going diving, like a new water sport. So like some kind of water sports, some kind of gaming. I feel like there's gaming here. I feel like there's been a lot of gamers type energies too. Somebody could be in a web. That's dusty, right? So be careful with the webs that you choose to connect with, right? And certain kind of thing. Somebody could be nesting, pregnant, right? Nevada. Denny's. I don't know. I don't think I've ever, I know Denny's is like isn't it like a fast food type of chain or something? I don't know. I've never been to a Denny's, but I know I've heard of it before. I don't know what that is. Do you have a Denny's near you? Wendy's? Somebody could be flying in a jet. Hulu or hula hoop. I hope it's a hula hoop and not so much hulu. Go outside and hula hoop. Somebody could be hula hooping. That's an excellent exercise. I had years ago. Maybe I should do that again because that was a good weight. I had a weighted hula hoop and would do hula hoop hula hoop exercise, dance exercises, hula hoop weight. And you really feel it in your abs and stuff like that, and you work and it's a great way to ground too and align your chakras and dance. Great exercise, right? Somebody's drinking too much Henny. That's what I just heard right now. Like, that's Hennessy. Is that a drink? That's a drink. That's Henny, right? Like some kind of Henny. Wine. Somebody, a wife. Somebody wants a wife. Somebody's looking at you like a wife, looking to propose. Somebody believes in curses. And that's going to be part of maybe your own expansion of learning how to navigate those belief systems that can cause or wreak havoc in your own energy, life, and how much power you give away with such thoughts and beliefs. You know what I mean? And so it's like navigating a healthier mindset, right? Somebody here could be going to see a therapist. Somebody here could be getting a mentor. Somebody here is expanding to their visions and they're being serious. Somebody, you could be exercising as well. Focus on your health and being better, a better version of you, right? That's good. Somebody here could work for NBC, be part of NBC, or have ties to NBC. Somebody here could be an agent, or somebody here could be looking for an agent. So then it's coming because it's here, it's showing up here, right? Some kind of agent, some kind of agency. So that too, also I'm hearing like too, like if you're looking for a new job too, right? Because you could be done, I heard done with something. So connecting, having certain kind of webs of connection. You could be doing online work, web of connection, right? So web of connection in a couple of weeks, right? Fish, right? So like a market of looking for something. You could have been looking for something on the market for some time. And so now you might be finding something within a couple of weeks or within the week on the web. You could be looking for something that you've been looking for, maybe even in person, and you find it on the web somewhere. Like you just like, oh my God, they have it, that kind of thing. Yeah, right. You could be doing DIYs, right? Which is, I'm all for DIYs. If you're interested in DIY platforms, I have a 99 cents DIY platform on my Instagram. You can go check that out. It's just 99 cents. Is that DIY strategy of like inspirations coaching, DIY printables, a whole bunch of stuff over there for just 99 cents. You can follow me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, the one and only. The subscription is not about the money, it's about the token of value of mana that is exchanged. It's just a token of appreciation and reciprocity that is as it should be received. But I'm really heavily guided to keep it always at 99 cents for that leveling of platform. And for as annoying as Instagram truly is and how they demonetize and how unfair the whole entire platform is, I am going to keep it at 99 cents because you do receive a quantum bang for your buck and stuff like that. But for the way, trust me when I say people can look at it as they want, but Instagram ain't what's paying my bills. So but yeah, they're totally a whack job of a platform that appears to offer you opportunity. And granted, you do get, so I'm grateful for the opportunity that I do have on any and all platforms and stuff like that, but it truly is not a fair algorithm. They do blacklist, black sheep kind of stuff. I've been long. Anyways, it's just mint. Somebody could be adding mint into their diet, or mint is also good for like bad breath too, and so yeah, mixing. So some of you could be a mixologist, or some of you could be setting up your website on Wix too, using that platform, or considering to use that Wix video or something like that. Looking at certain kind of platforms to further expand your business, your internet, your web connections, right? Somebody might be offering you a position within their own growing business that could be into design, right? Something design. So I don't know if it's like web pay, but it's like pay by pony. Like I don't know, but like somebody might want you to do their media or mixed media. This could be with music too. And it could just be, it's just extra capital, something capital, right? Something video. So you could be doing videos, you could be doing, just collaborating with like-minded individuals in some kind of thing that is designing something more, right? Right, yeah, that's cool, right? So you could be joining something, right? Upping, right? So evolving something, entering into something, learning something more, collaborating too. Your name could start with K, B, E, W, Emily. Okay. All right, that was fun. And I'm almost done. Oh, we have a little bit. I'm almost done. Hold on. Right, so before we even continue, right, because we're here, right, so we talked about quickly like Mercury stationing direct, right? So, but aligning with Taurus, right? I just want to overly emphasize that it's aligning us with our truest of values, right? So it's relevant for absolutely everyone, right? Because it creates this shift of this moment of like opportunity that makes that which is intangible tangible, right? And that's important. That's going to be important for right now, right? That's going to be so important. Hold on, let me see. That's going to be so important for it. All right, we'll talk more about that in another video because I do have to start like wrapping it up and things like that too. But hold on. So I also want to do, so we did the ABC Oracle. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn about an herb, right? Herb of the day. So, and why it's important. Aligning with our true values, right? Plantain, right? Plantain. Perennial, flowers from spring to fall, favors moist ground, widespread in North America and Europe. Plantago media is restricted to the northeastern United States. There's 3 species of plantain, right? P. lanceolata, P. media, and P. major are used for medicinal purposes, right? The last is the so-called common plantain, the roots of which were once used extensively to treat respiratory diseases, but now chiefly to make topical applications for skin sores and problems. The juice of the common plantain is also used topically for skin problems. In all species, the whole plant is useful for treating various disorders, including gastrointestinal problems. The seeds make a lubricating laxative if soaked in the water, or they can be eaten raw. When chewed, the rootstock helps relieve toothache. Okay, that's beautiful. Right, so you spell it plantain, Plantain, right? Also, right, plantain leaves are usually used to drive away evil spirits. Okay. It's the staple in Ghana. It's rich in carbohydrates and can be used in several food recipes, right? Plantain can be used to prepare fufu, plantain chips, and roasted plantain, amongst others, right? So aside from these physical benefits, right? Do plantain leaves have some spiritual, right? All right, so yes, we're going to give you the use of plantain leaves for spiritual purposes can be done in several ways. See some of these ways below. Spiritual use of plantain leaves, right? Plantain leaves are used to find the cause of unexplained death, right? The yellowish plantain leaves combined with precise is used to prevent bad dreams. It is used to drive away evil spirits, right? It is used to find the source of retrogression in business, right? So we want to understand that it is used to find the source of retrogression in business. What does retrogression mean? Right? The process of returning to an earlier state, typically a worse one, another term for retrogradation, right? So return to former or less complex. So in a state to use to find the source of like, I guess something not being great in business, right? It helps to clot blood. It's used to treat stomach and duodenal ulcers, because duodenum, so I guess it's the duodenum, right? But it's duodenal ulcers, so ulcers in the duodenum, right? You got this. All right, anyways, the above spirituals are just the discovered ones. They're more, right? So let me see. So it's also excellent for natural sunburn relief, cures insect bites, aids in quicker healing of wounds, reduces the effects of scarring, and it treats acne. Its benefits for the body is indigestion, heartburn, and ulcers, right? Because when you use the leaves to make a tea or a tincture, it is said to help with indigestion, heartburn, and ulcers. It's a natural diuretic. When ingested, it is believed that plantain leaves enable frequent urination. This allows the body to eliminate toxins from the kidneys and bladders. Eases tough periods. So working as an antispasmodic, it provides relief from painful periods of cramps and slows heavy bleeding. It eases scalp infections, right? The products rich in antiseptic and antimicrobial properties aid in reducing scalp infections such as dandruff, dry scalp, psoriasis, and many more. These properties reduce the inflammation of the scalp that causes these scalp infections. Hair, the leaf can be used as a hair rinse to remove product buildup, debris, or excess oil, as well as to condition the hair shaft with moisture and protein needed for length retention. Right? You can boil the leaves or crush them, then add cool water. Adding additional ingredients such as apple cider vinegar and essential oils will increase its potency. I'm gonna write this because my daughter and we make a lot of things, and that we're gonna try for hair growth, right? So the plant offers great medicinal benefits. However, always make sure to do your research, right? Follow the instructions and consult a doctor just to be safe. Right, so I love that. So that was our herb. I hope that you enjoyed that too, and maybe that is useful for you for whatever reason that it shall be. Right, so we did our, so let's do some angel numbers. What angel numbers do we have for those tapped in, turned on, tuned in? This message right now. $25, right? I am intelligent. You have a great ability to take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects will bring you an immense awareness of the world. I am intelligent, right? I am intuitive. You have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. This insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. 13, you are a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with creative ideas and turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook keeps you determined and on track as you work steadily towards your goals. Love that. Well, creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. I am a visionary, uniting the trine within you because that forms a 3, right? 28. In an effort to accomplish great things, you recognize the value of working with others. You make a capable and compassionate leader who can bring people together and drive a team toward achievement. I am a leader, right? What else do we have? I am innovative. You are a self-starter with very innovative ways of creating opportunity. Your determination and endurance are powerful and will help you get through rough times and reach success. Love that. Right, so I have my bird animal box with me. Ah. Right, so I'm just gonna choose randomly a card, an animal, as you can see. Oh no. Hey, one from the back, one from the back. Catfish. Some of y'all be dealing with real life catfishes, right? I know. I got a lot of catfishes. They be making accounts and then they'll send me messages. Hi. Hi. Hi, it's me. The person that I won't let you see. Hi. It's cute. But what they don't know is that this has been going on for years already with you, that you've come to be able to sniff it out, and that you don't no longer engage or get even curious about the catfishiness, because you're all about direct, blunt, and just let's be real, right? Let us talk, right? Let us be human. Let us connect. If not happy, the fuckity, offity, right? So let's learn about catfish, yo. Right? So right, so it says catfish are so named for the barbels extended from their face, which allow them to sense what's in their watery environment, right? As such, catfish represents awareness and psychic sensitivity. So you that be here, right? Right? The discernment, the wisdom that comes from life experience and people in their inexperience, not realizing how much experience you got under your belt, that is like, what? Been there, done that in elementary school, right? So do you want to heighten your psychic sensitivity? Do you want to reignite the fires of your creativity? Catfish as a spirit, totem, and power animal can help, right? Catfish teaches you how to sharpen your extrasensory skills, all while helping you discover new mediums of artistic expression. Delve deeply in catfish symbolism and meaning to find out how this animal spirit guide can inspire, enlighten, and encourage you, right? Right, so catfish have whiskers at the side of their face called barbels, right? These sensitive whiskers help catfish seek food because they have taste buds and olfactory sensors. This fishy ESP is helpful since they live in murky water, right? Similar to us, we live in murky waters, murky times. If you can't see the bottom of the water, don't go in. The catfish perception gives a whole new meaning to putting out feelers. Overall, catfish have a whopping 27,000 taste buds. Most of these creatures make a home in warm freshwater, but predominantly in shallow places like ponds, creeks, and rivers. And their preferred muddy dwellings, and catfish have a mix of water and earth elements, giving a little grounding to their emotions. These fish have associations with fertility too, one being able to lay at least 4,000 eggs in 1 year, depending on their size, with the flathead catfish producing 100,000 eggs in one cycle. In observing the female catfish, it's easy to see how the creature comes to symbolize women's liberation. Once she lays her eggs, it's the male's duty to watch over them. This is unification. The hardhead catfish takes the matter most seriously by far, hatching the eggs in his mouth. What? We're learning something new, aren't we? Me too. Me too. The careful and unique parenting techniques make the hardhead catfish an excellent representative of responsible fatherhood, which I am all about. This unification of the divine parenting. If you are a parent, if you are married, and you are having children with your divine counterpart, you are divine parents. I love that. I love that about you. Catfish illustrate strong survivor characteristics. Temperature-wise, they can endure anything above freezing to nearly 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The only continent where they do not exist is Antarctica. The lifespan of catfish is 20 to 60 years, depending on the species. They've also a diversified species, with some living in saltwater, some in fast-moving currents, some being nocturnal, and others diurnal. Diurnal. I'm gonna look that up. Diurnality is an animal behavior characterized by activity during the day with a period of sleeping or other inactivity at night. All right, so is a form of plant and animal behavior characterized by activity during daytime with a period of sleeping or other inactivity at night. So okay, it allows a catfish animal guide the skill of adaptability, something well worth employing. Right, you may not think that catfish as you may not think of catfish as communicative, but catfish produce several sounds and have great hearing. Where are we talking? Oh my goodness, I just love, right? I was sharing with you my yoga thing about the listening and the clairaudient and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And so look at, we're learning. They have great hearing. They can, I'm trying to read, but it's like all these adverts, right? They can tell the difference between pitch and how fast the sound travels, which tells them where a sound originates. Wow. So that's like, yeah, so it's just like if you have multiple animals and stuff like that. So it's like even like the squirrels outside, right? So certain squirrels that, I've been observing and stuff like that, they each have their own sound, even though if you're listening to them and you're just walking by and they make a sound to you, they may all make the same sound, and you're like, how do you tell them apart? It's just like with my cats, like from a distance, I know how each cat sounds, like, so I know who it is without having to look at it. So it's like knowing the different sounds, energies, frequencies from different multi-dimensionalities and realities too. So this is that catfish, like, wow, like listening, right? Listening. So we're enhancing and evolutionizing our listening skills, right, in evolutionary ways that are dope. So one sound they make resembles drumming, as if they're calling other catfish to join their sacred circle. I love this. One fantastic attribute of catfish is an electroreceptive sensory array. Think of it like psychic awareness in underwater, right? So this is also too, for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned into your divine gifts, right? This is being psychically sensitive to the emotions of others, even emotions that they may not be in aware of themselves, right? You might know why people do what they do, how they feel, and all this kind of stuff too, right? Because you're that tapped in, that turned on, that tuned in, right? So think of it like psychic awareness is underwater blurry conditions. Some catfish have developed this ability to where they can produce an electric jolt of 350 volts. And that's another thing too, you're electromagnetic. It feels good, even when they don't want, even when they want to shade you, even when they want to hate on you, even when they want to envy you, even when they want to evil eye you and all this kind of stuff. And even when you trigger the worst in them and the demons in them to come out and want to freaking play and try to freaking like, attack you in some kind of spiritually dynamic way or whatever the case, energetically or for real, or whatever the case may be, you have this ability to you give off this energy, frequency, vibration that feels good. It's a recharge, it's a jolt, it's a revolt. So that's why people in your presence, like, you're a muse, right? That's what I say, right? Like, I'm a muse. People that come into your presence, right? They feel inspired, they feel motivated, they get going, they feel good. They could have came in feeling like shit, and they're like, you made me feel so much better. Thank you. Right, like that, right? Because you produce this an electric shock, right? That's enough energy to knock over a grown person. So if you think of catfish as defenseless, think again. What? Right? So when catfish appears as a spirit animal in your life, it may surprise you somewhat as an animal helper. Catfish lies on the edges of awareness, observing as they do in the silt. Their reason for arriving depends on your current situation. Consider if you have been stubborn about something as of late. If so, catfish spirit animal encourages greater adaptability and openness. You may not be wholly right here. You need to find the middle ground, or you'll end up just treading water and getting nowhere. The good news is once you move past current conditions, a whole new adventure awaits, allowing you to break away from routine and reignite the fires of your creativity, right? So another time the catfish spirit animal arrives to support you is when focusing on your psychic senses while trying to hone in on them. Catfish can help you particularly with clairaudience and clairgustance, hearing and taste, right? So you might taste things. So this is the same, even the clairolfaction, right? I don't know if I'm saying them right, but like hearing, taste, and smell, right? You can smell a storm, you can smell infidelity, you can smell money, you can smell death, right? Yeah, that one's a heavy one too, a heavy load to carry, especially when you can smell death, right, approaching. So but yeah, so anyways, catfish can help you with clairaudience, which is the hearing, right? And clairgustance, which is tasting, right? So like any other practice, sharpening your innate skills takes time, but once catfish is on the scene, you'll notice a distinct increase in your own sensitivity, right? So speaking of increase, often the catfish spirit animal arrives just before periods of fertility, right? And we're always doing the womb healing, whether we say that here or not. Know that if you're tapped into or not tuned in, we are always womb healers here. We're womb healing. And even if you are a guy here and stuff like that, this womb healing because you may want to impregnate a female, a divine partner of yours and start a family and stuff like that. So this is womb healing for that too, for your infertility or whatever the case is, sterility, sterile, right? Like we're healing those aspects, both masculine and feminine, male and female aspects of fertility issues, any kind of fertility issues, whether it's in the man or the woman or whatever the case may be, but it's coming together in this unity, creating this holy harmony, a sacred sanctimony of this amazing pleasure that can be experienced and shared between two, right? That create life. I love that. That create life. All right. So speaking of increase, often the catfish spirit animal arrives just before periods of fertility, in either literal or figurative terms, right? If your financial foundation has waned, catfish portends some wealth, some help on your horizon, carrying, I said wealth and I'm saying help, but hello, health and wealth, right? On the horizon, carrying you through thanks to your hard work, right? Individuals, all right? So isn't that amazing? So yeah, that's amazing. So also it says call on catfish, right? As a power animal totem. When you feel like something or someone is hiding in the shadows, right? That catfish where we were talking about in the beginning, right? Those fake accounts. Because let them reveal themselves. Let them be revealed. Revealing that which has been cast in the dark, or believing that they could be hidden in the dark, bring them forth for all to see. Clarity, truth, standing before me. Eyes that see through the veils of the dark that want to blind, casting all ego to the side. Visible. We all shine, right? So catfish is an excellent helpmate for rooting out honesty. People with bad motives like to hide behind a facade. Channeling these energies gives you clear sight. I love this catfish one for this whole entire message. I love how everything always sinks into to beautiful flow. I am just so thankful for the divine connection that is here on this channel, for real. And thank you so much for sharing it in with me too, because I always go freestyle-licious. And so this is just, look at this one out again. These are the sands of our time, right? But yeah, so I love it. I'm so thankful. I look forward to more. I'm so grateful, so catfish is an excellent helpmate for rooting out honesty. People with bad motives like to hide behind a facade. Channeling these energies gives you clear sight. Another excellent use for catfish power animal is when you need to release and move forward. And we were talking about that with the transits, right? With all these transits that we were talking about, the Mercury stationing direct in Taurus, Jupiter entering Taurus, and then the new moon in Taurus too. Taurus rules survival, right? Transformers of the world. We're these transformers of this world, right? And so with these transformers create and find and building our resources, right? Our self-sufficiency and all this kind of stuff, right? So using this to release and move forward, right? When a situation no longer provides happiness and peace of mind, it's time to move on. Catfish energy assists with those rough emotions and getting the healing process started wherever we need to be so that we can highlight our skills, our talents, and be brilliant in that which we want to create and connect and do, right? Stop allowing our brilliance. We're no longer allowing our brilliance to sit on a freaking shelf, right? No, we're gonna put it to good use, right? But you shine brilliantly. These ideas that come to you for a reason, right? So no more treason. You are divine, so are your ideas, right? So catfish vibrations benefit you when focusing on personal fertility or productivity. Stress plays a significant role in stinting both. Catfish assists you in working with the universe patterns, right? And directions for greater success and far less angst. When your life transforms in radical ways to where you feel out of your element, reach out to your catfish power animal totem who provides endurance. Survival is the name of the game, right? And Taurus is what right now we're in this, and I love that, right? So it's like Taurus, Taurus rules survival, I'm sorry, right? Who provides endurance. Survival is the name of the game, along with the healthy portion of the preparedness as things continue unfolding, right? Right? So in Egyptian catfish symbolism, right, the electric catfish appears in some of the earliest hieroglyphics, including one depicting the first pharaoh, King Narmer. In an intriguing twist, the images used for the king's name translate as catfish chisel. In ancient tales, the image of a catfish had associations with water magic. Some myths also say that Hatmatit, the foremost fish goddess, rules over protection and life, bears a catfish image over her head. Hatmahit is the embodiment of the Nile and its annual flood cycle, essential for nourishing the land, right? So in the Far East, catfish symbolism seems to be tied to the carps as emblems of luck. So, right, it grants special powers and attracts good fortune. Right, so symbolic meanings and keywords for catfish is awareness, camouflage, clairaudience, emotions, fatherhood, fertility, prosperity, revealing hidden matters, sensitivity, survival. Okay, I love that. I gotta start really wrapping it up, but I hope that you're enjoying this too. If you have yet to like this video, use this opportunity to like, what are you waiting for? Like, you made it this far, like hello, show your appreciation. Like, that comes back to you. Best believe that fucking comes back to you, like, for real. Like, what kind of shit show is that? Like, seriously, to lack gratitude in that manna that you receive, whether you want to acknowledge it by the person. A lot of the times people don't, right? So for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, you might deal with certain kind of energies like that too, right? They don't want to give you the credit for it. They love what you say. They like everything that you do. They want to do, like, you. They're inspired by you. They're motivated by you, but they just don't want you to know that that's what they are, right? That's old played out energy. You want the abundance, you want that growth, you want that evolution, and you're gonna have to rid yourself of all that pollution and get past that stuff that keeps you on stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it's an animal wisdom, right? So the crystal that we are going to learn about today is blue onyx, right? So this is blue onyx. These are blue onyx, right? These are just all different blue onyxes. Look at how beautiful. It's pretty, pretty. Andromeda. Right? Let me just, okay, so just getting it for us.
I'm reading it real time with you guys. So like I said, these sections we were gonna relearn, even if I know about the crystals and all this kind of stuff. I mean, when I get them and I buy them, I learn about them too. So this is just even more further education for me. Like it's not solidified in my, like I can't always say everything off the top of my head, but so this is a learning experience for me too. So and I enjoy doing this. I'm sharing with you things that I do naturally on my own anyways, right? So I'm gonna kick your ass. Get over here. Here's a cat. Right. So it's also known as the sobriety stone, right? So some of you too could be in your sobriety, right? And it also too just being more sober. Like it's not saying that you can't have a wine here and you can't drink here, or you don't, like, you know, if you engage in certain kind of stuff, it's moderation, obviously, and it's, you know, whatever the case may be, not in a toxic kind of way, but like it's just it's a different place to be. It's like you're more like, let's say if you come from a conditioning like me, I come from a conditioning where everybody either drinks away everything, does drugs and all this kind of stuff, or whatever the case may be, and these are the coping mechanisms, right? They smoke cigarettes, they do these kind of things and all this kind of stuff. I used to smoke cigarettes, I used to drink too. I used to smoke so much weed. I used to do other kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done stuff. I've done, and I'm not saying that we never party, we never do stuff or whatever. But again, it's different. It's different now, right? It's no longer a coping, right? It's healing that part of yourself that was chasing the high or not wanting, or the escapism. Right? Not necessarily, some of you don't even get high anymore, get drunk anymore. It's just escapism. Right? So it's known as the sobriety stone. It's a favorite among shamans and spiritual healers. It exudes healing energy and acts as a talisman. Andromeda. Come here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. What happened? What are you doing? Ay. All right. She just needs some loving. Okay. Okay. So she has, for those of you that do know about animals and stuff like that, she's been tested and she's gone to the vet and stuff. She's half, because she's half Abyssinian. So Abyssinian cats have a genetic disorder of sometimes having alopecia. And so she, unfortunately, she has alopecia. It's not hormonal. Her hormonal stuff is all normal and stuff like that, and things like that, even though you hear her screaming. It's just, you know, a moon cycle, cats be cats. But she does have alopecia. So we did test it to make sure that it wasn't anything. Hey, stop it. There wasn't anything else. For those that like to comment when they see her with missing hair, patches of missing hair. What? So I'm just saying. Okay. So it exudes healing energy and acts as a talisman against black magic to keep you safe, right? Some say that it's the most profound effect. Its most profound effect is changing your mental power. Okay. Right. So blue. Right. So, okay. Blue onyx can be found in the USA, Uruguay, Brazil, and in India, right? Blue onyx is a stone that will increase your happiness and contentment in life. It will also enhance your intuition and strengthen your resolve in changing your bad habits. This is so in alignment. I'm so thankful and grateful for how it just flows. I used to worry about my freestyle, and it used to get me frozen and stuck behind the camera before hitting record for a while because of my anxiety and stuff, and like not trusting in the flow. And now I just hit record and know that flow is all I grow, you know. And it's nice how it fits, everything fits without me even trying. So you see, like natural, you know what I mean? So blue onyx is a stone that will increase your happiness and contentment in life. It will also enhance your intuition and strengthen your resolve in changing your bad habits. It is a strength-giving stone that will be good for people who are always under extreme physical, emotional, or mental stress. It will help you reduce or eliminate the stress and allow your body to cope with the demands of life. Blue onyx will bring balance to your body and mind, and it will strengthen it so that you will overcome all your challenges. It is a wonderful stone to have, especially if you're feeling flighty or restless, because it will help stabilize and focus your attention. It is a strengthening stone that will help you approach a task or lesson or task with confidence and positivity. It will get rid of the distractions and increase your motivation. Blue onyx has been known to be an effective talisman against black magic, and it will work well in deflecting negative energies directed towards you. It will also get rid of negative energies that you have already absorbed that are affecting your current life circumstances. This stone will also help you achieve self-control and emotional balance. Its energies will help balance your male and female polarities. Andromeda. Blue onyx is a powerful stone that will also help you with your divination rituals and give you protection in all aspects of your life. Right? Blue onyx can be very beneficial for the teeth and bones, as well as the bone marrow. It can also help in the treatment of blood disorders and conditions affecting the feet. That was interesting, right? Because, right, with my swollen ankle and things like that. So we still have to talk about different ailments in our body and other messages that could be revealing unto us, right? So the more and more that we speak, right? So hold on. But blue onyx can help with heart trouble, right? Oh wait, it can promote physical strength and stamina, as well as vigor and steadfastness. It can also be beneficial in the treatment of glaucoma, ulcers, cell damage, and even epilepsy. Blue onyx can help with heart trouble and hearing problems. Oh my God! So you see, catfish, blue onyx, the whole fucking message. I love it. Right? It can also be helpful in strengthening soft tissues in the fingernails and improving the condition of the skin and hair. Blue onyx is a stone that will help you with the challenges of life, especially those that deplete your life energies and make you doubt your skills and capabilities. Blue onyx will assist you in removing, it's 333, right? Will assist you in removing unhealthy attachments that are preventing you from achieving your highest potential. It will get rid of negative energies that make you commit mistakes and make bad decisions. It will also open more doors of opportunities for you that will help you transform your financial situation. If you really tune into the deepest onyx meaning, you'll find that you have plenty of confidence to follow through on your money-making ideas, but also don't have too much arrogance or cockiness to alienate anyone in pursuing them. You might well be surprised at how many events seem to come together just so for you as you move ahead under this new energy. This crystal can help unlock your intuition in all new ways, so you might take actions that don't make sense in the moment, but trust your gut and watch the big bucks follow. You don't need to fear going off the deep end in this respect either, though. Blue onyx has a wonderfully even-handed approach, so to speak. Blue onyx will ground and stabilize your energies and help you eliminate unwanted or excess energies. It would also protect you from people who like to take credit for your work. What? What? Right. This stone will help you attract good and prosperous energies that will increase your wealth and give you a healthy sense of abundance. Right? Blue onyx, love and relationships with the help of blue ebony. Now it's ebony. Ebony. What is up with you? What happened? Now it's your turn? Yeah. Hold on. I'm almost done. Jesus. Okay. I gotta go. Blue onyx. All right. With the help of blue onyx, you will be able to enjoy great communication, which will invite happiness and satisfaction in your relationship. Good communication is the key to a successful relationship, and the healing energies of the stone will help you become more open about your feelings. Blue onyx will remove your struggles in communication and give you the courage to say what you're thinking or feeling in a healthy and constructive way. It will encourage you to be kinder with your words and to be more sensitive to the feelings of your significant other. It will promote a more honest expression with the people you care about. It will soothe strong emotions and it will soften sharp words. Blue onyx will remove the fears, worries, and anxieties that you have about love and relationships. Whenever there's a problem, issue, or disagreement, the healing energies of blue onyx will help you remedy the situation by finding the best and most loving solution. Ebony, the whitish blue color of blue onyx, resonates with your throat chakra. This makes it a powerful tool for healing. What are you doing? For healing the negative energies within your throat chakra and showing you how you can speak more eloquently, convincingly, and confidently. It will help you come from a place of personal truth. It will inspire you to say only the things that you truly mean or feel. Blue onyx will help. I'm gonna cry. Blue onyx will work to help you communicate peacefully and resolve your emotional conflict with strength, love, and dignity. Working with the stone will help you to stay grounded, aware, and focused on how your words and actions will impact the people around you. Blue onyx will increase your self-awareness and inspire you to be unselfish and compassionate. This stone is strength-giving, and it will give you support in your challenging and difficult times, as well as times when you're under enormous physical, emotional, or mental stress. Ebony, right? When you keep a piece of blue onyx in your pocket or purse, you will be able to center your energy and align it with your highest power, which will then help you access highest guidance. It will also bring you forward to the future with enthusiasm, hope, and excitement. It will increase your personal strength and show you how you can be a master of your own destiny. The energy of blue onyx will encourage you to learn your lessons and appreciate your journey in life. It will give you the courage to deal with the both good and bad things in life that will shape you into becoming a better person. Wearing blue onyx jewelry will also impart you with confidence and self-control. It will make you feel at ease in your surroundings, and it will make you comfortable in your own skin. You can also put the stone in your home or office to boost the energies present there. It will promote good health, and it will dispel the negative energies, right? Its healing energies will help make you make wiser decisions. It will give you good counsel during confusing or overwhelming moments. It would also strengthen you with each experience and challenge that you will overcome. It will give you physical protection and safeguard you against emotional trauma as well. Keeping the stone close to your personal auric fields will heal your grief and pain. It will balance the energies in your body so that you will become less scattered or flighty. Having blue onyx in your life will also help you heal from the past life injuries and traumas that are affecting your present life today, right? You can also pair blue onyx with blue onyx is also known as the stone of sobriety. You can use it. It will be more effective when combined with amethyst, right? Do I have amethyst next to me? I do, the little one. This little one I have right here, right? This amethyst, because it will help let go of your unhealthy attachments to people, things, or places. This combination also helps you absorb or attract the energies that you need from the universe. It will be very effective in deflecting the negative energies of other people. This stone combines well with all kinds of onyx stones and carnelian stones. Do I have a carnelian near me? Not right now near me. Okay, hold on. But because this combination will strengthen your attributes, right? If you use blue onyx with a sunstone, I don't have one near me, or a yellow apatite, you will increase your mental strength and mental clarity. Blue onyx is a highly protective stone, and using the stone will give you plenty of protective energies that will support you in your spiritual journey, right? It will help you resolve your problems, and it will also reinforce the strength of other stones. When you combine blue onyx with other sacral chakra stones, it will stimulate your creativity. You can use it with zincite, aniolite, cinnabar, chrysanium stone, brown tourmaline, or sunstone. Blue onyx will also enhance your psychic visions and aid your meditation. It's a good grounding stone that will benefit you on every spiritual level. When combined with fire agate, you will be boosting its protective properties, right? If you wish to increase your willpower, use it with solar plexus stones like meteorite, hematite, iron pyrite, Libyan gold techite, Prastelli bluestone, or orange carnelian, right? Blue onyx is a stone that holds so much spiritual energy that it will add an abundance of happiness in your life by simply being a part of your surroundings. The stone is used by people who want to brush up on their intuitive abilities and get rid of bad habits. The immense strength that comes from blue onyx will help the person who uses it to thrive under pressure, especially when you pair it with the February birthstone. Blue onyx is most helpful for people who have the kind of lifestyle that forces them to work in a high pressure and stressful atmosphere. Such people will find blue onyx to be a remarkable aid, especially as a stress reliever, because the energies embodied in the stone will alleviate your body and mind from the tensions that arise from the demands of life. Blue onyx will help you achieve a sense of balance between your body, mind, and soul, and harmonize your inner energies to strengthen your core. The stone does wonders to reduce restlessness and anxiety, and helps you concentrate your feelings towards the things that you need and that need your immediate attention. When you have blue onyx with you, you will find it easier to organize your life and carry out a task with an optimistic outlook, right? The more positive energies you put into something, the better and more desirable will be the results. This is what blue onyx will constantly remind you, and it's something that will keep you motivated and help you block out the distractions. The energies of blue onyx are known to deflect the evil forces of black magic and effectively protect you from any such negative energies like what you thought, go kick rocks over there, not crystal rocks either. Not any rocks at all. Go kick your own toe on the ground. The stone will also rid your body and soul from the negativity that you have already absorbed in the past and expel them from your life for good. The energies of blue onyx will ensure that your circumstances are no longer affected by bad energies, or instead a culmination of the positive vibrations that you picked up from the universe. The stone also helps people restore the emotional balance that they had lost due to the pressures of work life. The balance also extends to the masculine and feminine polarities within you, so that you can strike a balance between either side of you and allow them to work together in harmony. We were talking about that through this whole fucking video. The stone will also give you a sense of self-control so that you don't indulge in adverse habits that harm you. The power of blue onyx will go as far as to strengthen your divine beliefs and protect your faith under all circumstances. It will bolster your belief in the existence of a higher divine power that is looking out for you all of the time. Once you start to embrace the protection and guidance of your spirit guides, you will effectively be telling yourself to stop worrying about external dangers. This will help you to focus on finding your destined path and moving forward with life with a positive outlook, because with the protection of the higher realm, you will have nothing else to worry about. Right? Blue onyx can be the companion stone that you want it to be. It will soothe your fears and worries, and it will help you regain control when it comes to your overwhelming emotion. It is said that blue onyx will also help you maintain a positive outlook while waiting for something big to happen in your life. This stone's healing energies will improve your concentration and strengthen your devotion. It will also calm any sexual tension and help put an end to a relationship or marital disputes. Blue onyx is very good for increasing your personal energy and self-control. If you need help in changing your bad habits and protection from negative energies that threaten to drain your energies, blue onyx is the stone for you. All right. I hope that you loved that part of this segment, right? Learning something new all the time is everything amazing, right? So we did all of those, right? So let's see. Hold on. Hey. Oh, we didn't do these. So you can use these as more numbers, lotto numbers, however you want to do. So remember how I said it could be anything, right? So you got 63, you got 31, you got 53, right? And we also do angel numbers with these, right? You got 44, you got 42, you got 54, you got 44, you got 31, 45, 54. So how many? Got 555, 444, 333s. We see how many doubles we got up in here. 26, 62, 24, right? So you got 555. Got 4, right? 4, 8, right? 24, which is 6, right? So you got 6, 6, 66, right? You got 4 again over here. So 4s, right? 4 vibration, very important, right? 333, right? So and 2, 1, 2. All right. Okay. We are going to end this video with some angel messages, and then until next time, come again. So we'll do a pick a card here. We're going to end it with an angel message for you. So pick a card. All may apply, but for this part of this segment, choose one. I'm gonna pick with you guys too, okay? My grandpa's watching. Hey, Grandpa. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one are you gonna choose? I'm gonna choose this one. All right. If you chose this one, Yeliel, angel of mental force and calmness, right? Battles depression, serenity, tech support, reveals lies, stops overthinking, clarity. So I fix the gaps between mind and emotions and help navigate complex situations and people who play mind games. Right? The Pearl, January, be assertive. That is your message. You could be 30 years old. You could be an Aquarius too. You don't have to be. You could be life path number 3. But here's the angel of mental force and calmness for you, battling depression. Be assertive. If you chose this one, Sandahan, angel of music, harmonic healing, 5th chakra, right? Melody, clairaudience, wow, creative expression and poetry, right? You could have been born in 1991. You could be a Pisces too. You don't have to be. You could be a life path number 1, right? I said, oh no, you could be a life path number 9 too. I help you tune your frequency to source through sound, vibrations, and music, singing, and poetry, right? Turquoise, days, communicate clearly. That's your message. Communicate clearly. Right? If we chose this one, you could be 42 years old. You could be 24 years old. You could be a life path number 4, life path number 2, life path number 6. This is angel of contemplation, Zakiel. Raises your vibration, emotional and spiritual growth, meditation, understanding with confidence. I provide insight to aid spiritual growth and help find words to accurately express feelings, emotions, and ideas. The crystal for you, tanzanite, now moment, meditate is your message, right? And if you chose this one with me, you could be 41 years old. I am actually 41 years old. Could be a life path number 5. Yeah, okay. Could be a Sagittarius. Could be life path number 4, life path number 1. Angel of eternal youth, feeling whole, healing sun and star energy, reversal of degenerative disease, pain-free. I send healing starfire to burn away feelings of separation from source, which is the root cause of all disease. Garnet is the crystal. December is the month. Things are improving is your message. Well, thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. That is all I have for you right now. Bye.